Okay, everybody, I saw Disney's Snow White the other day, and I feel like everyone is just kind of done with this movie already. There is just so many bad vibes going into this movie, whether they're legitimate or not. From people's issues with the cast, Peter Dinklage's comments on the Seven Dwarfs, interviews, articles, premieres shortened. The aura around this movie has suffered, no doubt. Now, I like to think of myself as somewhat of a rational person. I haven't hated every single live action movie. I'm not protective of the original Snow White movie. I always think it's funny when one of these movies come out and then all of a sudden everyone is an expert on whatever original material it's adapting. Like before the announcement of this movie, I have not had one passing second of thought towards the original Snow White, and I certainly was not going to change that now just because Disney is trying to make a quick buck. So even though I didn't have high expectations for this movie, once it starts, I really had an open mind about this. Maybe all the talk about this movie was really clouding the fact that it's good. Maybe this will be the best Disney live action movie yet. Magic mirror on the wall. Should Disney keep doing this shit or just end it all? They should end it all. Okay, thanks. This movie is so whatever that I had to move to a different studio to record. Now, please bear with me. I really tried to get this together for this video at least, and things will definitely change. But, let me know if you like it. Hopefully you do, because I spent a lot of money on this. I'm broke. Unlike Disney, who continues to run through their animated catalog. Hello, Lilo and Stitch, we will get to you in a few months. How to Train Your Dragon, you're not Disney, but I blame Disney. This movie can be two things at once. One, it is not the absolute dumpster fire that I originally thought it was going to be heading into it. And two, why do these exist? Can we stop? I mean, I already know the answer to this question, but what's the point of this? And this movie in particular really emphasizes that point, because this isn't the best Disney live action movie in my opinion. Take your pick on whatever you think that is. It isn't the worst of them. Hello, The Lion King or Mulan. So it's kind of stuck in that middle ground. And honestly, that makes me more mad, because this doesn't even try to give a reason as to why it should exist. Even the awful live action Mulan movie tried to be different from its animated counterpart. They said, Shang, get out of here. Banger songs, please get out of my face. Were those one of the dumbest decisions I have ever seen in a big studio blockbuster like that? Yes. But at least you can make a rationale of well, let's try something. This Snow White movie, I don't know, they added a few original songs. Congrats. This might be weird to say, but just walk with me here. This movie felt so overly Hollywood produced, if you know what I mean. Because it's like the sets are gorgeous, but they look so fake and not lived in at all. It looks like the most delicately put together soundstage in Atlanta. It does not look real. The costumes, the sets, they just don't look believable at all while still being aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Does that make sense? And I know it's okay, I mean, this is a completely made up fantastical story. What do you complain about? It's no. Something that we get that aren't real still looks lived in, right? That's part of the world building of it all. This is just, even the grass and the flowers, I'm just this is bullshit. And what doesn't help is the visual style of this movie. People, listen, I'm tired of talking about this, but we need to. Because this is in line with the grayified blockbusters where they wash out the colors that we've been seeing. Or it looks really flat like a Disney Plus show or just TV commercial. It had moments of nice visual style until I realized that those were just recreating the iconic shots in the original Snow White. So what the fuck? I don't know what happened to musicals where people forget that it's very fantastical and alive. Can we do more than a wide shot of all the extras dancing in the background? Can we do more than that? I think we can. We're remaking Snow White, a movie that came out in the 30s. Let's swing for it. You have Rachel Zegler. Her voice sounds amazing. Her singing is like butter on the ears. The way she moves back and forth from singing and talking, I mean, it makes sense that she's killing it on Broadway. She's very expressive. I remember this video going around where she's so locked into the interviewer. That's honestly how she looks at the CGI animals and dwarves around her. And that's a tough acting job for obvious reasons, having to bounce off things that aren't there. And the CGI dwarves look kind of odd. It looks real and then also uncanny at the same time. And you never really get over it throughout the whole movie. But I don't know. You can check that out with Peter Dinklage, wherever you stand on that. But I want everyone to know this. Whenever I see a movie that I don't like or I just think is actively bad, I am not arrogant enough to ever think that I could do a better job. Most of these people who work on these movies are so insanely talented. I don't look at the director of a bad movie and think, oh, I could do so much better than that. Or I don't look at an actor who gives a bad performance in a movie and thinks, put me in there, I can make it so much better instead. Right? I'm not that guy to think that at all. And then there's Gal Gadot. In a way, she's very inspiring because I look at her and all the movies she starred in, and I'm sure all the money she's made, and I think, you know what, maybe I can make it in this Hollywood business. I don't think this is her worst performance in here, at least to me. I mean, there are so many things to choose from.
Kalel, I need you to give me enough champagne to fill the Nile.
But she is just so stiff. When she's talking to the mirror or the guards, or she has to be angry or put her foot down and be the evil queen, it's just awkward. Like, her face looks like she's trying really hard to give that emotion. It looks like she really has to try to reach that level. And the best actors we have, even okay actors, it shouldn't look like it's a strain on your face to give an emotion. It should look natural, right? You can say she's trying to have fun with it, and that's great, but I was not. Albeit, her singing voice when she's actually belting is better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's because I had the lowest expectations. As soon as that musical cue hit, I was like, oh dear God, please save me. But it sounded better, almost to the point, and I'm not even trying to hate, but almost to the point where I was like, did they mix this with something? Listen, we're gonna have to go through these live action movies a few more times this year, and it has no signs of slowing down after that. Bottom line is, I still don't have a reason to choose to watch these live action movies over their animated movies. There just isn't a justification for me to watch them. So I will remain skeptical about these movies. Guillermo del Toro says animation is cinema, yet it's constantly treated as some slop for kids or something to turn and milk into a cash cow by turning it live action. And while Snow White isn't an outright abomination, it is just so uninspired that I just walk away from this movie feeling a little bleak. I'm sure families will like it. In fact, walking out of the theater, I already heard some parents say, oh wow, that was really cute. And that seems to be the resounding sentiment from those people. So congratulations on that, but I think we deserve better. Disney must be stopped. Snow White, 2.5 stars. Please subscribe, links in the description, all of that. Stay tuned. We got a lot coming up here. I will say some of the songs, still kind of a banger though. Can you whistle? I can whistle. My wife hates that I can whistle because she can't. It's embarrassing. We should make fun of her.